Welcome to Vuk Talks, the show that speaks to education, health, entrepreneurship, and so much more.
Dumelang bagaetsho. Welcome to another episode of Vuk Talks. My name is Kinelo Mokwatle. Today we're talking about the electoral system here in South Africa. We've got our esteemed guest, Advocate Sizani. Advocate, please introduce yourself to us formally.
I am Richard Sizani. I'm an advocate, and I'm also chairperson of the Electoral Reform Consultation Panel.
Excellent. Advocate, please tell us exactly how and why the Electoral Reform Consultation Panel was established.
You know, in 1994-93, when we got our new transition and the change of government, the feeling was that we will have just an ordinary system for a short time, which was proportional representation, where basically only political parties participate and so on. That continued, but even Nelson Mandela in 1999 said we need to relook the system. Thabo Mbeki did in 2022, in 2002, relook the system, but there's never been a change to the system up to now in 30 years' time. But around 2020 then, there were independents who challenged the system in the Constitutional Court and said we can't only be represented by political parties, we actually need individuals to participate. People from abroad feel they are not having rights to vote properly because they are abroad. They also raise things. Ordinary South Africans themselves were complaining that political parties, especially the party bosses, have a lot of power and are controlling the system and can remove and chase away a parliamentarian anytime. So it was then felt by Parliament that, okay, after the 2024 elections, we will set up a panel to actually look and ask South Africans whether, how, and why should the South African system remain, be changed, or even replaced.
Which I think you've actually just spoken to what I was going to ask you, which is the importance of the public input. I think you guys really value that. And speak to us a little bit more about what significantly is the value of public input in this process.
Actually, we are employed purely, that's why even our term is a consultation panel. We are a process where we have to actually listen to South Africans. South Africans themselves in political parties, in civil society, as judges, as lawyers, as business, as labor, and also people in rural areas must say how they want to elect their own representatives in Parliament and what they should do there and what they should do if they are unhappy about them.
Thank you. And what is the methodologies that you seek to use in getting those inputs from the public, from people who are in the rural areas, people in the cities, people who are living abroad? What efforts are you engaging in to ensure that those people are represented in the final inputs that we'll have as the panel?
The first phase that we've started on is just submissions. We've written to people to say, write to us anywhere you are and drop your submissions to an office of the Public of Home Affairs wherever you are, or you can send an email to us, ercp.gov.za.
Okay.
And we've done this for people to do the submissions. But what we are going to do after that, we are going to summarize those submissions, then we are going to get involved in discussion with the people, and the discussions are going to be two-phase. We'll have geographic discussions where we go into a province, do the urban area, and do the rural areas, and we are also going to have sector-focused discussions, like with political parties, with unions, and with business and things like that.
Okay, that's great. And is there actually a deadline for those submissions?
The submissions for public hearing started on the 26th of August, and and the deadline is going to be the 31st of October.
Okay. You know, Advocate, I think I'm sitting at home and I'm watching and I'm thinking, what's the difference between the panel and the IEC? Can you please just clarify that? What is your relationship to the IEC, if there is any?
We are set up by Parliament, basically, to hear South Africans on what kind of an electoral system they want to do. So we are involved in what is called electoral design for the country. And then we think we will make about 3 up to 6 models for Parliament to take a system that they should choose. We'll give it its advantages, its disadvantages, and also what are its financial implications. And we will recommend those systems to Parliament to look at it. Parliament will choose one. After they've chosen one, they will make it the law. The IEC is responsible for implementing and administering elections. So if that system is chosen, they will implement it.
Great stuff. So you've got a final deadline up until, I believe, the 31st of May, you said.
Yeah.
Leading up to that, tell us a bit about your program of action from then. After you've collected the submissions at the end of October, what happens between that time and next year, May?
Once we've collected the submissions, which we have already collected for around 1.5 months now, we are already summarizing the submissions, and we're also doing research as our first phase. And in doing that research, then we are actually looking at what are the kinds of things we need to talk to South Africans about. We're going to produce a discussion document from around the 11th of November to the end of February. We're then going to have mahutla, discussion groups, and public hearings with South Africans, where then we're going to ask them, based on their submissions, as to what is going to happen, and so on. After we've had those submissions and so on, we are also going to draft now a full paper which indicates what are the things that the South Africans want to change about their system, what kind of system do they want to. And then we're going to, around March, have an international conference. This conference is where we're going to call other countries from outside, which are similar to us, to say New Zealand, another country, Ghana, or whatever, what kind of systems and experiences you have had, so that we can share experiences and do what is called benchmarking. After we've done then that benchmarking, then we're going to draft our report from April, and by May, we've got to table it to the minister.
That's excellent. I think that was quite a comprehensive discussion we've had, Advocates.
Yes.
I really think that there is definitely a lot of value in what
Yes.
you're doing.
Yeah.
And if you are interested, please, I engage with you and I encourage you, I implore you to please make your submissions to the Electoral Reform Consultation Panel
Yes.
before the 31st of October 2024. You can also email those to ercp@dha.gov.za. My name is Kinelo Mokwatle. This is Advocate Sizani from Vuk Talks. Join us again next time.
Thank you very much.